right, how you doing, listeners? Welcome to Sound Advice, the podcast where we give advice every single week, and where tonight, love is in the air.
Yo, yo, yo.
That's right, it's our Valentine's Day podcast.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy New Year.
So hold on tight to hear all sorts of relationship tips and to experience the love, the hate, the drama. So whether you're listening from a hot date, crying alone at home, or just enjoying your independence, thanks for tuning in. I'm Kelsey.
I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Marcus, and wow, what an intro.
I was going to say that.
I was prepared.
That was quite the intro.
Yeah, so today's our Valentine's Day podcast, so we're going to talk about love and stuff.
Yes, we are.
Yep. But our first segment is called Good Vibes, where we try to put a positive twist on all sorts of bad situations. And our first topic is how to keep the romance alive after the honeymoon phase.
So, as you guys know, honeymoon phase usually refers to about the first 6 months of a relationship where you kind of ignore all your friends and you're together all the time and it seems perfect and you've never been happier. And obviously, there's going to be an end to that. Mm-hmm. So, what do you do after?
You cry.
No, you don't cry.
What you got to do, first off, is you got to keep the relationship fresh, you know?
How do you do that?
Okay, so...
Wait, have you been in a relationship longer than 6 months?
Yes.
Just making sure.
Geez, don't trust me?
Nope.
Not really.
All right, longest relationship was almost 3 years. Yeah, almost 3 years.
Time.
I know, yeah, you're telling me. But but anyway, I'd say to keep the honeymoon phase either going or to keep the relationship going after the honeymoon phase, I'd just say, you know, you gotta change up the game a little bit, you know? You gotta make things that I guess you might take for granted after a while, because I feel like that's what makes the honeymoon phase so nice, you know, because everything is new and fresh. But then eventually you'll start taking things for granted. So do that, and then when you see that things are being taken for granted, don't take them for granted, you know?
Like, I mean, that's hard to do. That's like saying, I don't know, just don't. I don't know. That's weird advice.
Yeah,
how do you
it's
do
hard,
that?
But like you just got to think about the things that, you know, you used to really appreciate, and then you probably find yourself not caring as much as you used to. And then, you know, remember why you used to really appreciate it, and then go back to that. For example, I mean, it's not has to do with me personally, but I mean, you know, some people will like I don't know, their lovers home cooking or something like that, you know. But then if they keep doing it after a long period of time, eventually they'll be like, whatever, you know, you just come home, you expect somebody to cook for you, get your meal, you just eat it up and you're done. But you know, like every that one, then like take the time and be like, hey, what's up? Appreciate the meal, man.
No, I get what you're saying. Like when you start out, it's all new and it's everything about that person usually is exciting and fun. And then I think as you go on, stuff that you used to love kind of maybe is annoying, or you just, like you said, get used to it. So I think just stepping back every once in a while and just thinking about why you love the person, why you originally got with them, and just the little things that used to really stand out to you, because a lot of time that fades away when you know, it's like friends too, you kind of just take them for granted because they're there. So I think it's important just to every once in a while kind of keep reality in check and be like, okay, I still really love that they do this or this.
That's true. But like, even if your relationship, I don't know, there might be a reason why it's kind of gone downhill. Like maybe not even that you're just tired of them, but like, I don't know, it's trite. So I feel like you gotta obviously try to keep the love alive, but I feel like that's really hard to do.
Relationships last because people keep the love alive.
I mean, some people just have a loveless relationship and they just keep going.
I mean, if you start out loveless, then obviously you can't look back and be like, oh, that was fun, that was good. So if your foundation is good, and then after 6 months, you know, I think after 6 months, it's weird. It's like you obviously still love the person, but you're like, okay, I guess I'm in this kind of for the long haul. This isn't as exciting as it used to be. But here's what I appreciated about the person. And then here's like new things we can do, new adventures we can go on, maybe new topics we can finally bring up, because the honeymoon phase is very kind of surface level sometimes. You think it's deep, but it's really just surface level, trying to get to know a person and and just spending a lot of time with them, kind of just doing silly things. But then after that, you realize, oh, we should talk about different subjects, see if we like this side of the person as well. One of the ways you can kind of keep going and keep it alive after the honeymoon phase is obviously the communication. If you keep communication up, if you guys, you know, try and talk at least once a day on the phone, or it depends your habits on talking. A lot of couples just talk differently. Some text all through the day, some call, you know, once a day. So make sure you keep that up, or if you see them once a week, maybe every time once a week, and just tell them what's going on in your life. Make sure, because a lot of times it's easy for the other person to feel like they're falling behind in in your life, or maybe not as included as they used to be. Because at some point in this, journey, you go from spending all the time with them to realizing, oh, I still have my friends here. I should spend time with them or my family, and they have to understand that. And then you guys just kind of have to realize there's going to be a shift.
Yeah, and I think even if you do step away and like you spend other time with people and you do different things like in your career, I think that can be like really good conversation topics to have with your partner, because like you're separated, so like absence makes the heart grow fonder, yada yada. Like I don't know, just find new things to talk about and don't spend all your time with that person.
That's very true. It gets more exciting for you guys because you guys both have, instead of experiencing everything together, where there's only so much you can talk about it after, if you guys both have different experiences, you can both share them and learn from them and kind of discuss them. So I think that's a really cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, no matter how much you love this person, if you are 24/7 with them, you're gonna get burnt out. So
Yeah.
definitely try to go do something else with other people.
Mm-hmm. And I think another reason relationships kind of go downhill after the relationship phase, or not go downhill, but just get like boring, is because, I don't know, sometimes people can be looking at different like means to an ends, like in the future. Like some people may not want the same things, but I think if you have if you like communicate about what you both want, like that can re-inspire you guys to like be together and be happy and like achieve things together, like have the same goals.
Yeah, goals is a big thing. If you, again, starting out, it's superficial. You don't really talk about anything in the future, really, for the most part. But after that, you kind of realize, okay, if I want to be with this person, but I have this goal, and I've always had this goal, I don't want to give up the goal. So kind of just make sure they're on the same path. Obviously, you can have totally different careers, but make sure some of the basics are on the same path.
I mean, with communication, I feel like that's really important, definitely. And then if you take it to the other aspect of communication, as in communicating on the negative side with arguments and stuff like that,
True.
I mean, you have to make sure that, I guess, you get your message across correctly. Because if you have an argument or something and then you just end it like that, or even if you try to work it out, but, you still see that there's some loose ends that haven't been patched up, I mean, that'll carry on, and like it shouldn't, but it does. And then it'll just build up to a giant, maybe catastrophic end. So you got to make sure that you repair the loose ends throughout the relationship.
Yeah. And like you were saying earlier, like be grateful. Like even if you do have an argument or something, like be like, hey, there's a reason why I really like this person and I still want them in my life. Like you have to remind yourself of that.
Yeah, that's even in times of when you're arguing. If you, I don't know, I think you would regret in your future if you look back and said, I lost this person because of this silly argument. And like Marcus said, it builds up, and then something small can make something huge, and then everyone brings back these certain specifics, stuff like that. So if every argument, disagreement is kind of settled at the time, then you're not going to have to worry about it coming up in the future or affecting how you think about that person.
Yeah, fun fact, I believe 1 out of 5 relationships have ended because of the argument that the guy does not put the toilet seat back down.
What?
I mean, that's a made up statistic, but
Is it made up?
I feel like that is a good estimate. 1 out of 5.
Is that really made up?
1 out of 5.
You sound too sure about it.
I would believe it. Along the same lines as that, like, even if it's a little grievance, if someone is really annoying you, like, I think this is kind of off the good vibes track, but, like, if you really don't like a person anymore and the relationship isn't going anywhere, I think you should, like, maybe separate, like, maybe don't try to keep the romance alive, like, maybe it's not worth it to you, and I think you have to really be, like, introspective and kind of, think what's best for you and your relationship and your partner.
Yeah, I think, if after the, honeymoon, you're kind of like, wait a minute, this is not exactly who I thought you were or something. You can't let time be the decider if you stay someone. Like, oh, I've already been with them 6 months. That would have been wasted. I mean, you don't want to waste like your whole life with this person. So you got to not think about how long you've been together if you want to break up, because sometimes after 5-10 years, people, I mean, 10's a lot, but people just really realize that they've changed or that the other person's changed and they don't like that person anymore. So it's not a crime to let yourself go and let them go, because if you don't really like them anymore, you're doing them a disservice as well.
Yeah, you're doing yourself a disservice. Like, if you're miserable, like, don't stay around for the wrong reasons. It's useless.
But in general, like, going back to honeymoon phase, I think a lot of what people deal with now, especially people our age, is like the social media aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you first get into a relationship, it's this weird phenomenon of Facebook official, and then everyone's like congratulating you, which is weird to me because it's like not supposed to be this huge lifetime achievement.
That's
but,
what I'm saying, man. It looks like you got married when you put it on Facebook. Oh my god.
or like won this award. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
So again, maybe that's why people hold back if they want to break up, or they want to just keep this persona alive. And after the honeymoon phase, you're not gonna feel amazingly. You're not gonna feel the same. So don't like worry about other people judging your relationship on, oh, you guys okay? You haven't posted a picture. You haven't, talked about them as much. And because in the beginning, you're gonna probably talk about each other a lot, but it'll die down, and people might ask questions or something. But yeah, we're fine. We're just being more private, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny when you brought up social media, though, because I thought you were going to talk about the other part where people get mad at you and stuff for posting or liking pictures or something on social media. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
If your partner's like that, though, like,
Yeah,
that's an issue.
Yeah, if you got a partner like that, you got some problems. I mean, unless you are like that, too, then in that case, hey, I mean, good luck to both of you.
Nah, you should be more accepting. Unless, like, they're blatantly being rude or cheating or something.
It's just a huge jealousy issue and a self-insecure issue.
Mm-hmm.
Social media really, it doesn't aid you if you already have issues with yourself or with jealousy. Like, it's not going to help you at all. So I think you just got to kind of deal with it and be like, okay, kind of talk to yourself. Like, this is not a big deal, because you're going to just, every time you see them liking something, you're just going to be mad.
Yeah, I mean, what? They're still with you for a reason, right? So,
maybe.
Yeah, take pride in that. Now, yeah, I mean, I guess it varies. But most times, right? I mean, they with you for a reason, so whatever they do on social media, hey, they ain't tripping, they just doing their thing. And they always going to come back to you, hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
should hope so. If it's a good relationship.
And I think, too, when you start spending less time with the other person, maybe that also would ask other people asking questions like, oh, you're not going with them tonight? You usually do, blah, blah, blah.
True.
And I think it's just being a mature thing as you go on in the relationship. Like, you're both getting more mature and growing with each other. And you can realize that you don't need them by your side to enjoy yourself or to have fun. You're going to see them again. And again, you can both talk about these things separately with separate experiences. So I don't think you should worry if, again, people asking like, oh, where are they? Stuff like that. Because you need to be alone sometimes. You're not a joint person.
Yeah, and again, like, if you're around them 24/7, you will get tired of this person and want to, like, strangle them.
Yeah, and I think maybe after the honeymoon phase, obviously, I mean, personally, I think this is a little early, but some people move in together after a year, after 9 months or whatever. And I think it's important if you do that and you make that decision to make sure you both have your own hobbies. If you hang out friend groups together, at least you're with other people, but make sure you guys are both going off and doing other things. I would say a lot of people get in the habit of they both go to separate jobs and they come home and they're both there all the time because they think, oh, I get to spend time with them. But I don't know. I feel like that kind of makes it boring and not as exciting anymore.
Hey, sign that prenup, baby. Sign that prenup.
That's not what I said.
I think it depends on the type of person, though, because some people are, like, pretty independent and want to do their own things, but some people are also very dependent. So I think you got to find a nice balance, or at least, like, if you're a very dependent person, find another dependent person, and, like, don't hate your significant other if they're, like, the opposite of you.
That's so true.
You have to, like, work it out.
Because after honeymoon phase, the independent people are going to be like, okay, time to do our own things. And if you're dependent, that's going to hurt you a lot. So even if, I mean, it's hard to, like, find someone that's happens to be dependent too, you don't really know at the beginning. But I think having that discussion and saying, okay, I really want to see you this many times a week. If the other person says no, like, I think that's too much, there might be a problem there. Yeah. And again, you either work it out, or if it just doesn't end up, it doesn't end up.
Yeah, and I feel like the biggest thing about moving in with your lover is making sure that wherever you guys move in, that you have already signed some kind of contractual agreement that if something is to happen where one of you is to leave the house or the relationship or something, that, it's still going to work out. Because too many times I've heard stories of people who, will move in an apartment together because, they're lovers and all that good stuff, and then something's going to happen, the relationship doesn't work out, and then contractually they're still bound to the apartment or something like that, and then it's just a big mess. So make sure that you guys get that worked out.
Yeah, because if you're not married and you're pretty young, you're going to college together in an apartment, that's obviously fine to live together. But I agree. I think you got to be realistic, and you got to just, at the end of the day, look out for yourself. And you never know what's going to happen. You never know. Again, personalities can change. Maybe they break up with you, and you do not want to be stuck living with someone you don't like anymore.
Yeah, yeah. And when you get it all signed up and stuff, I mean, it's not personal. Like, you gotta let them know it's not personal. It's just we gotta look out for each other, you know.
There should be some level of like trust, but definitely, yeah, don't trap yourself.
Yeah, just I think that's a huge thing though, is it's not personal. You guys have to talk about this and say, listen, we're doing this just, because we're young and we won't even be here that long. So just to make sure everything's okay. Maybe your parents are helping out pay for it or stuff like that. Or you want to, it's easier for you guys to pay. I think you just got to work that out, talk it out, make sure it's good for both of you. If a joint lease is the best for you, then that's your choice. But you just got to look out for yourself.
True.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, I've known friends who have the same issues, and they're just friends. The people are just friends. Yeah. They move in together. They have issues, and then, one of them moves out or something like that. And then, the other's, like, bound with the contract who's still trying to, work it out now that the other person's not there. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, and when you're in a relationship, if you guys get into arguments, the arguments are probably going to be even more heated than just, a friendly, just friendship argument. So, I mean, it can get even worse. So I'd say, yeah, always be on the lookout.
And I think you should not look at arguments as a bad thing. The honeymoon phase, a lot of times there's probably not any arguments where it's very little or about kind of silly stuff. But then as you keep going with the relationship, a lot of different arguments are going to come up that you didn't expect or that you weren't ready for. And I don't think you should jump to, that's a sign that we shouldn't be together, that this isn't going to work out. Like that's what happens in a relationship, in a real, ongoing relationship. It's going to happen because you're two different people. So don't shy away from that.
Yeah, and people are going to have differing views, but I think if you can kind of work it out, like even if you have an argument, I think it teaches you a lesson and you learn something new about that person, and it just brings you kind of closer together to work it out, unless you can't work it out, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, and I feel like there's also a big difference between having a disagreement and an argument, Mm-hmm. You can have a disagreement and just not agree on certain things and then talk it out, or you can have an argument, which is still a disagreement, but at the same time, it's probably more, I don't know, I mean, what would be the word for that? It's just more...
It's like yelling and screaming.
Yeah, it's just more not good. I can't think of the word, so we're going to say not good.
Bad.
Thank you. That's the word right there. That's what I was looking for. More bad. But yeah, so definitely, I mean, if you can keep it to just a disagreement type level, yeah, definitely keep it at that, because arguments are just unnecessarily bad.
And something I just thought of in terms of, like, it's keeping the romance alive. I think, again, with the phase, you guys go out together all the time. Maybe you go out to eat really often because that's kind of your thing, or it's exciting, or you go spend money at the movies. And then after that, you're kind of, like, both probably low on money.
Broke.
So I would say not to expect that lifestyle for so long.
True.
After a while, you guys, I mean... in a good relation, it's just like you can do other things by still having fun. You can cook dinner with each other or do other things that are going to be just as fun, but not make you broke.
Yeah, tear coupons off the newspaper together. I mean, you can have a good time.
Perfect. But I think that transitions into our next segment.
Tips appreciated.
Kirsten?
All right, that was tips appreciated. Today we're going to do Valentine's Day on a budget. So... some ideas, some gifts ideas, or some cute dates that you can do for some pocket change.
Yes.
First one we got is handmade items. And, people think this is like for your mom, it's a good gift, but it's also good for your significant other.
That's true. Stuff can be like really cute. Like I was saying earlier, like mixtapes are adorable. Like people used to give each other mixtapes of songs that like remind them of the person that you're dating. And I think that's really adorable.
Especially if you both are into music,
Yeah.
Like... you guys know what songs you guys both like to listen to together if you're driving or something. And if you just put that all in one place, I think that's special.
I agree.
That person can play it when you're not there. It all works out.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you both like the same kind of music. Because, it's one thing to give your significant other a mixtape and it's got, I don't know, bluegrass or something, some country music, and you don't like country and you're just like, wow, this is horrible, But if y'all like the same type of stuff, then it's going to definitely work out.
I want a mixtape with Crazy Frog on it.
Hey, I want a mixtape with Crazy Frog on it. Hey.
I didn't think of that, though. Like, if you guys have really different taste, maybe just appreciate they gave you a mixtape, I guess.
Yeah. Like, just give them a mixtape of songs that they like,
But the person who's making it should at least try to make it, to the other person's likes. Yeah, and like personal memories and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess you gotta use a CD now.
That's true. Well, the people still make little cassette tapes.
Nah, just get on
I would be
Spotify
like,
and
I
make a playlist.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't have anywhere to play this. Sorry.
Spotify playlist, I made you. That's
You
less
get
sincere, though.
CD, put some stickers on it or something.
Oh, that's cute.
You know, write in marker. You can still do that.
True. What about other handmade stuff, guys?
This is a good one, I think, but it's like a memory jar, and you just have to get, you know, a mason jar of some sort, and then what you do is you write a bunch of memories on different slips of paper, and you can. A lot of people, they fold it like cranes or like stars, or if you're not creative, just fold it, you know,
In a ball. That would be
Crumple
me.
up.
That would be me.
Step on it.
but like put it on like cute different color construction paper, and it's just random memories that you think of when you're there. You know, writing it by yourself, you just think of random times together, and then when you're away and they're feeling like they miss you, they can take one out at a time and read it.
That's cute.
And
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That actually made me feel some type of way, Clark. I don't know. I'm feeling good.
they
man.
last a while
That made me
because
feel nice.
you can do like, you know, I don't know, 30. I'm making up a random number. But a lot of times, you know, they just, maybe they forget the jar and then they see it and they're like, oh, I can read one of these. And then
true.
they will think of all those memories and stuff. So I think it's really cute.
I think it'd be good to like go an extra step with that and be like, go relive some of the memories. Like be like, oh hey, remember this one time we went to this special park that we like? Like actually go to the park and reminisce.
That's a good idea.
Because otherwise you're just kind of getting paper.
Yeah, but this is like when you're not there.
I get that, but I'm saying like as a gift.
Wait,
if you're
speaking
together.
of not there, have you guys ever heard of the invention created? It was like a
I know
pillow,
what you're
right?
saying.
Yeah, you know that pillow where I guess it'll start lighting up when
The other person's
your
like
lover's
touching it.
on the pillow or something like that.
Yeah, and then you get on the pillow.
Yeah, it's so that's just nasty, man. It's just weird.
I mean,
You're just like mad waiting for them to get the light to turn on.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
said you were home from the bar, and
Yeah,
this
you said
pillow,
you were gonna be home at 9:30.
again, no jealousy, guys. Like
this
come on.
pillow is still not lit.
Yeah, they were saying like some people just put some bricks on their pillow or something.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm home. It's like you're castling on it.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, that's I guess that's a good gift if some people like it like that.
I mean, some people, the ways they think about their other is like, I don't know. It just depends how you think about each other. Some people think that's like weird, but some people think it's cute.
I think it could be cute in certain contexts.
It depends who you are. You
Yeah,
know? Don't
certain
judge.
context.
Don't
Yeah.
judge. I would say try not to judge relationships. Like if you think people are clingy, like maybe they like being clingy with each other or dependent or whatever. So you know, but that's an option.
Lit.
So yeah, the memory jar is good, especially if you've been in a long relationship, because there's a lot of things you guys may forget.
Yeah.
And a tip to do this is you can look through your phone at like pictures, and then just from like a long time ago, and that might help your memory yourself if you're, you can't think of anything.
Even doing like a scrapbook, like along the same line, like with those pictures, like that'd be really cute. And I remember high school, senior year, Kirsten Clark over here gave everybody like these
true.
picture frames, and it was like full of pictures of her with us and everything, and it was really cute.
I
And
totally forgot I did that.
It's still on my drawer at home.
Oh, well, you look at that.
I felt so kind.
Friendship
But
at its finest.
What's funny is it was like every person. It was a collage of just me and them in pictures, like selfies and stuff.
It was cute.
So it was a lot of pictures of me, but
True.
You know, honestly, that's pretty interesting though. I can see that being a kind of a hit because I mean, this is the day and age of the selfie, of the pictures in general. Like, it's so easy to take a picture. I mean, it can't be that hard to, print a couple pictures out and then make a little scrapbook of your memories and stuff. I mean, that would be pretty cool.
yeah, you can go through Walmart and just have from your phone. You can just send them pictures, and they'll print it out, and then you pay, obviously. And I think they can make a scrapbook for you, so that's cool.
True. It's kind of weird, but abusive people like tend to like
What?
burn photos because like of their significant other that they're abusing. Because like photos are like very, I don't know, people hold them dearly, and so I think I relate to that. Like pictures are so nice. Like so as a gift, they're good, but make sure you're not
Don't burn 'em.
abusive. But I think that's
It's like a scary movie thing.
But pictures are nice.
Yeah,
Alright.
so I know who you are if you burn in my pictures. I'm getting the heck away from you.
Another thing we thought of is coupon books.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Why is that?
Mine is not for food.
Wait,
Mine
what?
is
Not food.
not actual coupon books.
Wait, then for what?
Okay, so this is kind of lame, but basically you just write out random stuff like free hug.
Wait, what?
Just a hug. You've never heard of
I
that?
know I can't think of any right now. I'll take
Like
you
free
out to
back
dinner,
massage.
or free back massage, or I'll wash your car. One free load of dishes, which is lame. But you just write a bunch of random ones, and then
I guess what, you cash them in?
yeah.
Although most people don't cash them in.
Yeah,
like,
most people
ever.
keep them because it's like a cute sentimental thing.
Which is also why it's a good gift, because you don't got to do
Yup.
anything.
You win both ways. You look charitable, but then you don't have to do anything.
Exactly.
Nah, that's messed up, man. I thought you were talking about, like, you know, buy one Chick-fil-A sandwich, get a second one free or something like that, you know? Like, I'm trying to get one of those.
All right,
Where's
well,
that
ladies
at?
out there,
Yeah.
get Marcus.
My ladies.
I hate coupons just because.
Holla at a player. Get me
Just forget
a
about
real coupon book, you know? Let me get some free Chick-fil-A sandwiches or something, you know?
My roommate loves coupons.
She does.
She uses them every single day, so
She always has them on the fridge.
she buys coupon books.
That's amazing, though. It's a good option, again, if you're Valentine's Day on a budget, use some coupons.
Oh, that's true. And a lot of places have Valentine's Day deals.
Yeah.
So just Google it, like wherever city you're in, and then deals, and you could probably find a lot of stuff.
Yeah. That's a little extra shit for you guys.
All right, outdoor activities. That's another thing that you
Yes.
could do. We have ice skating.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one, especially if you live here in Florida, because it's a little rare. But they have ice skating rinks in
Yeah.
like big cities, and it's a fun little outing. Like you can hold hands on the ice and try not to fall and die.
Cut the
Nah,
other
fuck
person's
that.
arm.
Hey, trust me. I used to go ice skating, and I would try to hold people's hands who didn't know how to ice skate, and then we'd both just end up getting hurt.
That's
because
true.
They'd just be like, clinging on to me for dear life when they be falling. And then, of course, I can't just grab all their weight like that. So we both just hit the ice.
Yeah.
Make sure you just grab the side of the wall or whatever when you go on ice skating. If you can't skate, don't grab onto me because we both going to get hurt.
Yeah, if somebody falls, you're going down with them. But
But-
I think that's cute.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty exciting because a lot of people don't go ice skating often.
Mhm.
Maybe you could, if you have to travel like an hour, it's like a little fun trip,
True.
and then maybe try out something one of you haven't done before. And it's cold, so
Cozy up.
nope, wear jackets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Share that hot cocoa.
That hot cocoa. Yo, is that actually a romantic drink, hot cocoa? I mean, people talk
I
about
mean,
it
if
like
you're
it
cold and you actually are like
I mean, like in
snuggling
the
up
winter,
and you have
maybe?
like cocoa, it's cute.
Cocoa.
Cocoa.
is. Okay, all right.
All right, but that's not really an outdoor activity. I
That's
guess it's
true.
an activity that you can just do. But there's other ones like picnics. Those are cute.
See, I think people talk about picnics a lot, but no one actually goes on picnics.
That's
So
true.
follow through, plan a picnic. Don't tell the other person. Maybe have it all planned out or all the food bought or whatever. And then just be like, hey, let's go do this. And they're like, what? And then you take them to this place and you do a picnic.
Yeah, and if you got food like at home, you can use that. You don't gotta really go out and spend a lot of money.
Exactly. You could even do like like flowers in the middle, like make it cute. You know, like I don't know. Some people do rose petals or something, but I feel like a lot of people would appreciate something like that, especially if they weren't expecting it.
Yeah, and if it's a cute location, that's even better. Like, don't go to like a parking lot and then just like sit there.
The campus or something.
Yes.
Hey, nah, if you put a blanket over it, it's gonna look alright. You know?
Marcus is like, let's go to a picnic in the Rights. Let's get some.
Yeah, let's head over to the
Pollo.
Rights, get some Panda Express.
The dumpsters outside. Let's sit by those.
Oh my gosh, I got more standards than that. Come on.
I hope
now.
so.
I mean, right outside the dumpsters.
But again, there's also like different stuff you can do, like ghost hunting. Like, there's like a lot of ghost tours around. Like, I feel like every city like has a good ghost tour. So I mean, if
Wait,
you into
what?
the spooky stuff, you know,
Get that Danny Phantom.
yeah, it's going.
Wait,
that's
wait,
quite fun.
wait. Ghost tours? Like,
Yeah.
go and look at a ghost.
Have you not heard of those?
No.
It's like a tour
What?
guide brings a group of people around, and you walk to like the haunted areas of town, and they tell you like all these haunted stories and like ghost stories.
What?
And I know the one in Ocala, like they claimed there was like a ghost on this back porch, and when you actually walked back there, like it got cold, which was really scary because it was like a hot night, but it was really cold, which
Nah,
is
they
like a
got the
sign there's a
AC
ghost
on,
there.
man. They got the
That's what I
AC.
assumed, but it was scary. But no, they're really fun to go to.
Well,
and
St. Augustine. Have you not? They're known for ghost tours.
I've never been to one in St. Augustine.
What? Oh
I've
my
never been to
goodness.
St. Augustine.
Key West has
You guys
great
are
ghost
killing
tours.
me.
No, Key West, go there, girl. But no, those are cute, and the girl or boy gets scared, and
And then what? You get to hold their
You
hand.
get to run away. No,
Yeah,
but
run
if
away.
you don't know what a ghost tour is, you just, like she said, you just go with a group of people, and you can stand in the back or something. I don't know, to make it cuter,
cuter
because you're alone.
to be alone.
But and then they tell you really cool historical facts, and a lot of times it's like places where people have died.
Romantic.
That's romantic, huh? That's romantic.
But I feel like it is. Like, a lot of people will go on, like, to scary movies for their first dates because like it's like a scary thing, so it is a little romantic.
But then there's always that downer who doesn't like scary stuff.
Yeah, but like
True.
scary movie is a little bit different from like going somewhere where they tell you actual people have like died here.
Nah,
and
because
stuff,
it's really
you know?
fun and it's really interesting.
It really, you
And
need to
get
do
really
one.
Scared.
It really is fun.
We should go. Let's go.
All right,
'Cause Valentine's
let's
Day.
do it. Yeah.
One time they gave me like this detector thing that had lights on it, and so you point it around and see if there's any ghosts around you or something. I forget what they measured, but it was really cool.
Yeah, and no, in Key West, there's like this old theater that was like abandoned, and if you put your hands up to like the glass windows in front, like you can feel like something tapping you on the other side, and they claim it's like the ghost children like tapping your fingers. And
The ghost children.
yeah,
It's just like an actor like over and over.
probably.
Yeah, they got some
all
guy
day.
in a suit, so you can't see him just tapping on the glass.
No, it was amazing.
But yeah, that's cute if you make sure you both are into it. But
Yeah.
And then we have planetarium, which is really cool.
It's my personal fave.
What's the planetarium again? That's where you go to like see the planets and stuff.
I'm thinking of like an observatory maybe. I don't know if it's the same thing. Where,
Yeah,
like,
you learn more. It's more like reading on the walls and stuff.
okay, then maybe I'm thinking observatory. But like it's what I'm thinking of is like the giant dome you go in and there's like stars all above the sky, and you just kind of look at that and like the constellations move and it's really romantic. It's cute.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they have one at Santa Fe actually. But you just sit in this huge dome and you like the seats are kind of tilted back so you can see up. And then you turn all the lights off and it looks like you're outside. And then the stars, they can kind of go back in time, show you stuff from history, like constellations or what it looks like now. It's really, really cool actually.
And I think there's some that aren't even like really educational. Like you just go just for the purpose of like looking up at it because it's really pretty, and I like that.
Those who've seen La La Land, they dance around one.
That's
So
true. See, I've always wanted to be proposed to in one.
in a
Seriously?
planetarium,
Yeah, it's really cute.
it's too dark.
I
I'd be
love it.
like, where are you?
See, that's my fave, right? I love
Oh
the
yeah,
dark.
true.
But there's literally so many other people in there too. Usually,
It depends where you go. I've heard this one story. I think this is actually from Friends or something. But like Ross was telling Rachel, he would like propose to her in like a planetarium that he rented out with just the stars above them and them alone, and it would be really cute.
that's okay.
Wait.
Like,
Kind
I
of
love
off
stars.
topic, but like, I mean, do you guys have, and if you do have, what would the place you would want to be proposed to be?
I just told you.
I mean, yeah, but like, I'm asking Clark now.
Okay.
I've never really thought about it honestly.
I mean, I thought about it, but I got no answer. So
No, I don't know. I mean, Disney's cute, but that's kind of a cop out.
Oh no, I've always wanted to be proposed in front of the Magic Kingdom castle during the fireworks show.
yeah, that's really cute.
that's gross.
But I feel like
No.
I'd like be embarrassed to say that later on in life.
What?
'Cause
No.
it's so dope for
It's
them.
Proposed
so
to me at
cute,
Mickey's
though.
Magic Kingdom.
But I really like Disney, so I mean, I wouldn't be that ashamed. Planetarium, I've never thought of. That's cute, but it's kind of dark.
Yeah, you won't be able to see nothing.
Exactly.
They'd be like, "Will you marry me?" You say yes. You don't. You
They're
realize
like that
it wasn't
dark.
even.
The stars are all.
It
lit
wasn't
up.
even your boyfriend who proposed. It was somebody else.
It's like the janitor walking in.
Yeah, it was somebody else, man.
He's
No.
like, yeah, sure.
I think about this stuff a lot. Probably too much. I should say.
But yeah, you don't have any thoughts about it, Marcus? You don't.
I mean, I used to think like, hey, like let's take her somewhere kind of secluded, just because I know that proposing to somebody can be a really, I don't know, stressful event if they are
Public.
in public. So I was like, let me take her somewhere maybe secluded to do that. But then I just can't think of anywhere I would want to take her secluded.
Yeah, you got to make sure you know your person, like your significant other, well enough. If they are not going to like crowds and stuff, do not put them in that situation.
Yeah.
Where they are embarrassed or something. Like that's just they're not
Yeah.
gonna they're not gonna remember that in a good way usually.
I mean, a lot of great videos on YouTube and beyond of
Yes.
people
Proposing.
getting proposed to in
Say no.
terrible situations and just rejecting the guy, and it's just it's brutal.
There's some wild ones where they even like accept it. Like there's one where some dude like pretends to fall off a roof of this really tall building, but below them is like this big balloon that he lands on. And
Oh,
it's,
I
like-
remember that.
Yeah, it's like, will you
Yeah,
marry
yeah.
me? And the girl's like crying, and she thinks he's like dead, and she's like, oh yeah, I'll marry you, I guess.
Oh my god.
I'll marry you. I mean, I guess I thought I was gonna have to bury you.
Literally. But it's
Oh, you
great.
said Mary? I thought you said Barry.
No, it's wild.
Okay. Next tip is some indoor activities you could do.
Yeah, like home stuff.
Yeah, if you a lot of times if you've been together a while, Valentine's Day is kind of overrated or whatever. You do your own thing as the year goes on. So if you just feel like staying at home, a common thing to do is to like make your own movie box thing, which they actually sell at Target now. It's like
Really?
popcorn, but there's room in the center where there's 2 boxes of candy, and like 3 bags of popcorn, which is a lot,
True.
but it's like $7. And then you can buy a movie, but they're kind of expensive. So you could just be like, we're going to watch something on Netflix.
Okay, that's cool. I'm glad that you finished that sentence because you were like, just go ahead and make a movie.
Make a movie.
Box. I was like, oh, okay, all right, cool.
Good Marcus.
You're going to watch a movie with
Let's
candy.
say, yeah,
Netflix and chill.
18 and up.
Stop it.
Well, that's cute if you got, I mean, it's kind of low key, but.
It is. Especially if you're watching, like, a movie that even, like, means something to you. Like, if it's, like, the person's favorite movie and you just kind of, like, pull it out or, like, pull it up on Netflix or something, they're just like, oh, how cute. You, like, remembered
That's
my favorite
true.
movie or something.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah. What was our favorite movie, Kelsey? What's that one?
Excuse you.
The one with Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
He's thinking-
Disturbia? No.
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
Disturbing.
That's no one's favorite movie.
No.
It's good, though. Watch
Sixth Sense,
Disturbia.
let's go.
Valentine's, Sixth Sense.
I would cry and I would love the person.
Yeah. If anyone wants to date Kelsey,
Sixth
Yeah.
Sense, let's
If
go.
you want to date my good old friend Kelsey, go ahead and just plug in Disturbia.
no.
Disturbia.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I still need to watch that movie. I haven't seen it
I
yet.
agree. It's the best movie in the world. But yeah, movies are cute, but also stuff like board games. Like, I'm notorious, I think, for liking trivia. So,
Get out of here.
We're just telling you ways to be with Kelsey.
Yeah, ways
Hey, guys.
to be with Kelsey.
but no, I think a lot of people can enjoy like a game night, like, like play different board games and just have a night in and, have
Just
a little
make-
competition.
Make sure you got board game for 2 people. Because a lot of board games are more than 2 people. But Mancala, Othello, Uno, those are all 2 people.
Yeah, make sure you bring your game face because I am not playing to lose.
or even video games, obviously.
Sure.
Mario Kart or something.
Yeah.
Except if you get mad when you're competitive, then don't do
Yeah,
that.
don't do that. There's a lot of people who will get upset and it's like, you're just
They,
having
like-
fun.
Just ruined Valentine's Day.
I hate you because you won Monopoly.
Run
You
out
took
the
Boardwalk.
apartment.
I can't believe you.
Can you play Monopoly with 2 people?
Yeah,
I've
you
played before.
can, but it will
gonna
be
take a long time.
it'll be dreadfully slow.
Yeah,
I played
that don't
once
even sound
with
fun.
my sister and it was not good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play Monopoly like that anymore. It's too long.
Yeah.
It's way too long.
Yeah, indoor stuff is cute. Like, just stay at home, make some dinner, watch a movie, play a
True.
game.
If you don't normally cook, if you're kind of young, if someone makes a dinner for the other person, obviously if you're older, this is like a casual thing to do. But if you don't do it often, then that's a really cute thing to do. Surprise them with dinner.
Oh yeah,
Just be nice.
I make my girl a nice old bowl of Fruit Loops, throw some Frosted Flakes on top. Oh.
Ew,
On
that's a
top.
nasty combination.
It is.
What? I mean, I never tried it, but it sounds alright.
I feel like most cereal can kind of go together well.
Yeah, I mean, cause like the Frosted Flakes got the little frost, and then the
Sugar.
and the little sugar,
Frost.
and then the Fruit
like
Loops they
ice.
got the the fruit.
The sugar.
Yeah, I mean the sugar on the sugar, man. It's just a win combination.
Maybe make something better than that.
A little bit.
But
Special K, come on.
Throw some Captain Crunch in there.
some oatmeal, some warm
No,
meal.
no.
Oh no.
Oatmeal's a way to ruin a night. Unless you love oatmeal.
Does that like kill you?
No.
I've
It's
had
just
a bad
nasty.
experience with oatmeal.
Yo,
Yes.
I'll tell you real quick. So
Traumatizing.
check this out, right? In middle school, I used to hate oatmeal, right? And then one day I started liking it,
Ugh.
and I used to eat it every day,
Oh no.
every day. Sometimes like 2-3 times a day. Like
What?
it was
I'm gonna
bad.
throw up.
And then I even did a presentation in 8th grade on
On
oatmeal.
oatmeal.
I really did. I did a presentation on oatmeal. Then one day I tried it again, right? And I was just sick to my stomach. I was like, I will never eat this again. And I never did. And now anytime I think about it or hear it, I just, no way. I'm not about it. Not about it.
What a weird story.
Bad time in my life.
That's me with a certain kind of cereal, like, because I eat cereal over like every single morning, mostly,
Mhm.
and then I'll eat the same kind, and then I'll get so sick of it I cannot eat it again.
That's me with most cereals, except actually Special K. Like the Chocolatey Delight.
Oh,
every
I got
morning,
that
let's
now,
go. Ooh, yes. My fave. So good.
Okay, Special K.
dude. It's so good.
Make me some of that on Valentine's Day.
I tried out a different one that was like kind of similar, not the same,
Really?
Not so Special K.
True.
not so Special J, more like.
Special J.
Oh.
Okay, so next tip for a relatively cheap Valentine's Day. This is just a tip overall, not really something to do. But you guys should need to decide what Valentine's Day means to both of you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people really love Valentine's Day. It's a huge deal for them. They expect a lot from you. Maybe, going out to eat, flowers, all that stuff. And then a lot of people want it low key. They don't like the idea of it. So I think it's really important to even, you don't have to like have a formal conversation about it, but make sure beforehand you know where the other person sits on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, even if you set like a price limit, be like, this is how much I want to spend on your gift, and see if that's like reasonable with the other person. I think that's really good to do, because otherwise somebody might buy you like a new car, like that's a little extreme.
And then the other car.
And then the other person might buy you like a toothbrush, and it's like there's just a weird little off balance.
And even when they say they don't care, they really do.
That's true. Don't trust people.
You'd be like, oh, toothbrush, that's great.
love
Thank you
it.
so much.
They're gonna hold it against you.
Unless you get them a Gangnam Style toothbrush, which I have received, and it was great.
All right then. Yeah, but really, Clark is right. I mean, like me personally, like I never really cared about Valentine's Day. So, I mean, because in my mind, I felt like, why take this special day to go out and appreciate a loved one? I mean, we should really have Valentine's Day every day if you're in a relationship. So I was like, every day
Lame.
should, no, me and
Gross.
seriously, like every day should be like that nice, you know? And I'm like, if I'm going out of my way for this one day, like I just feel like it's just kind of bootleg. So
See, I get that point, but also, again, I'm not going to spend money on dinner and stuff every day for you.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's more about celebrating the relationship than being like, oh, I love you.
Yeah.
Like, it's more about kind of, again, reminding yourself of everything that you love about the other person and a chance for you guys to come together, have a plan, and have just a really nice night that you might not have time or money to do otherwise.
Yeah, like you can love people like every day, but this is kind of skipping ahead to our next tip, which is appreciate them today, but also appreciate them forever. So it's like you can love them every day, but I think Valentine's Day, even though it's like a commercial capitalism evil thing, I think it's really a way for people to come together and just be like, hey, like I appreciate you, and I know I don't tell you every day, but like this is how I feel all the time.
see,
and
that's what
I
we
wanna
should
show
do.
it.
We should just tell them every day.
I mean, I
then
think
we
that's-
don't need
That's
Valentine's
common to
Day.
say it every
But
day,
who's-
but
I don't know. Who's
Be
gonna
like,
like
baby, I
be like-
appreciate you.
No one's gonna say that every single day though.
Here's a coupon.
I also think we can't complain too much about it because I think it's just a time everyone's had. Well, there's those downers that are like, I'm single.
Yeah.
Like, this is the worst day of the year.
Hey, love yourself on Valentine's
No, I
Day.
think
Love
that's-
yourself.
Such an obnoxious way to think.
It is.
Again, yeah, love yourself and realize it's just a day.
Mhm.
And if you're in a relationship, you probably love it, so don't be so bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
love
just a
is
day
not
for
just
love.
relationship love. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it's been stereotyped to be. But I mean, yeah, there's all sorts of love. So if you love yourself, you love your friends, you love your mama. I mean, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Oh, I love you too.
What you get
Kelsey.
me?
Yeah, for real. You got me that coupon or what?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Actually, we're gonna play trivia.
Yeah. All right. Never mind.
Torture.
No. And then just as a quick little side thing, like if you can't be with your partner on Valentine's Day, like it's not the end of the world. Like maybe try to plan something in advance or like after the fact, like
Yeah,
when you will see each other.
The day itself, people get freaked out. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
the day does not matter at all. I mean, if you're gonna celebrate it, then like as long as you celebrate it someday, like that's all that really matters.
Yeah. And like you can still like send each other gifts and be there, like again, like the pillow thing where you're both touching it, or even just like a Skype call. You know, like just talk to the person.
I wonder how much that pillow thing costs.
Probably too much.
How much you think? I'm thinking like,
$40.
oh my gosh.
I'll look it up while you introduce our next segment.
All right, last segment is listener's choice.
No.
All right, and the question we've got for today is when to call it official, when to say you are together.
This is from Abby D.
Thank you, Abby, for your question.
You this question's so good we created the segment Listener's Choice.
We did.
So if you guys have any questions, please send them in to just really quick soundadvicepodcast@gmail.com and we will feature you in this segment.
Yes, and there's also a send email button on our Facebook page. So if you just want to hit that, and you can send your email directly from there.
Man, technology. Gotta love it.
But do we have to love each other when we might be together or not?
That is the question.
So when to say you're official? When that's kind of hard. Obviously, it depends on the relationship. It depends where you met. It depends how long you've been seeing each other. I think in today's day and age, the whole talking thing's a big buzzword. Oh, we're talking. You know, what does that mean? Like I'm talking to people all the time. So what does the term talking actually mean?
Well, I mean, I guess it means that that you're talking as more than just friends. Because I mean, if you're just gonna say, "Oh yeah, we're talking," then I mean that's just really redundant. It's like obviously if you're hanging out with this person, you're probably talking to them.
No, I mean, people use that as like we kind of are about to get together, but we're not.
True. But even when you're in that situation yourself, like, how do you know when you're talking to someone? Like, what if it's totally platonic for you, but the other person is like, oh, we're like flirting or something? Have you ever been in that situation?
I guess. I mean, I feel like, yeah, I feel like if you're gonna say we're talking, then it's mutual that you both are at least somewhat interested in each other. I mean, but then again, you don't really know until somebody kind of says it, because I mean, anybody can think that you're flirting or that you're interested until, you reveal the curtain and there's nothing there, or there's something there. I mean,
I remember our friend was trying to decide when him and his girlfriend got together, and he was picking between their first date or when they went Facebook official. I can't remember if there's another one, but obviously it's a big question for a lot of people. Like, oh, what day did we officially get together? Like, what do I tell my friends when they ask me who you are? And I think it's hard to kind of actually have a conversation with each other about it because you're still in the very early ages usually of the relationship. But I don't know. I think I would hope that one of you would ask the other one officially, do you want to go out with me? Because I think if that question is never asked and there's, again, one person that feels way more than the other and, oh, we're together, and you've never officially stated with the other person, they can be going around with other people, think it's okay, and you're gonna be upset. So I think the question should be asked, even if you have to do it, possibly.
Yeah, like there's not like clear lines in your relationship. Like if you don't know where you stand, then that's a problem. And if you're afraid to like tell people what your status is, like I don't know, it's just
that's a big thing. If you're afraid to say because you're not sure, that's a red flag for you. Then you need to clear it up with that other person. Unless you kind of like the middle stage, but if you really do want to know, I would say you might have to just, again, ask them and say, hey, I have feelings for you. Where's this relationship going? So you don't string them along. They don't string you along.
True.
Yeah, that works. Also, I'd say, how, at least I feel like natural, like if you're going to naturally proceed into a relationship, then, usually there's not like an official day that you can really pinpoint sometimes. So, I mean, I guess that what you should try to do is just once you really feel like the relationship is actually becoming a relationship, then that's when you really pop out that question real quick.
Pop it out real quick. Okay. So yeah, when you call it official, I personally think when the question is asked. What do you guys say specifically? Or you don't?
I don't know. I feel like
once it's Facebook official, it's truly official, okay?
Some people
once
think
it's
that.
Facebook official.
Is that what you really think?
No.
Oh.
Some people, do think that. But I don't know. I feel like maybe you want to be private about your relationship at first, so like it can start beforehand. But again, I think I agree with you. Like it's when the question is asked, or at least when the topic's addressed.
Marcus?
Yeah, I'd guess I'd say pretty much the same thing. Like when you really ask the question, or yeah, I guess when you ask the question, I feel like that's really when you truly know. Yeah. I mean, definitely not when it's Facebook official for me, just because, I mean, I don't use Facebook seriously at all. So, I mean, most likely if I am in a relationship, you're not going to know just by checking Facebook. So,
but if you're that type of a social media person, that might be it for you. So, gauge what you think is the answer, and then, the person you're talking to, really just communication.
True. And I feel like if you don't know your like official anniversary date, like you should probably ask the person, like, when do you think our anniversary is? Like, let's talk about this.
That's especially down the line, because obviously, like if you want to celebrate or something, and they celebrate a day before you thought it was or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say just make your own day, man. Just make some random day if you don't know.
National Day.
True.
Yeah, make it Valentine's Day. What the heck?
No, that'd be sad. You like dating 2 months before.
True.
All right, Valentine's Day is up.
Yeah, welcome to our 2-month anniversary Valentine's Day
extravaganza.
Yeah.
All right, so we can move on to our question.
Also by Abby D.
Abby D coming out with the questions.
On fire, Abby. What's up?
#1 fan. Thanks for listening, girl.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so what are your thoughts on ghosting? So ghosting, if you're unfamiliar, is basically just leaving someone's life without notifying them, whether it be stop texting them, stop seeing them, stop getting back to them. You kind of disappear from their life without notice.
Yes.
And usually immediate. So what are your thoughts?
This is a tough one because I feel like it's not a good thing to do, but I feel like I would totally do it if I was in a certain situation. Because I don't know, like, if you don't want to talk to somebody, it can be hard to kind of, like, tell them, like, straight up, hey, I don't like you, I don't want to speak to you anymore. Like, it's easier to just kind of disappear and, like, wait for them to get a hint and stop messaging you.
I think it depends on the situation. If you're on Tinder, do not feel obligated to, like, talk to them forever. If they're being weird or annoying or just definitely don't see it go anywhere, like, just ghost them. I don't think, maybe that's rough if you've actually been, if you've been talking for a while, you know, you want to have respect for them. But if it's really just kind of a first thing, I would say you totally can do that without worrying about it. But if it's on campus and you meet this person, if there's a chance of you seeing them in the future in person, I think it's a big deal not to do that because they might approach you or something. So
Yeah, you guys are brutal. I mean, I forget which book it is. Maybe it was To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't know. It probably wasn't. But it was some book.
Where this is going.
Deep.
No, it was some book where there was this quote, and it was right in the beginning of the book. I wish I would remember the main character's name or something. But had to read it in high school. It was one of the high school essentials. And it was about this boy, and he said a bad goodbye is worse than no goodbye. So, you know, if you're going to, like, try to, I guess, cut relations with somebody, I mean, even a bad goodbye or a bad way to cut it is better than just you ghosting.
You said worse. A bad goodbye is worse than...
Oh, really? I said that? Oh.
That's why I was...
Well, I totally messed it up then. Yeah. A bad goodbye is better than no goodbye.
Okay, I was like, you're agreeing with us?
Yeah, bad goodbye is better. Or no goodbye is worse. Whichever one you want. I forget what the actual quote is.
I think we know what you're trying to say.
But yeah, so.
Yeah. But again, like, although I would do it, I don't advocate ghosting. Like, I think at some point you owe somebody, like, some closure. Like, you tell them straight up, like, hey, this is why I don't want to talk to you. I don't know, like, if you leave them hanging, it's not good, and they're going to be, like, wondering about it for a while. And they may, like, spite you if you tell them, like, goodbye, like a bad goodbye, but they also will probably spite you more if you just, like, leave them hanging.
Yeah, and I didn't mean as in do it, but the Tinder thing, I think, a lot of times you don't have connection to any of these people.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like, if it's like that, yeah, nobody cares,
Yeah,
man.
Tinder's
I mean,
superficial.
leave those guys alone.
Yeah, but, and just, you know, especially if they're being weird or whatever. But if, I agree, if you're in some kind of relationship, especially, honestly, a friendship too, that could be really, really hurtful to people in terms of maybe how long you've been together, or I mean, how long you've been friends. So an explanation's hard, but it's really necessary. Again, it's a closure. Like, if you go someone, they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know if they should contact you, if they should wait for you. It's really unfair to the other person.
True. But also another thing, like, sometimes it may not even be ghosting. Like, you might be interpreting it wrong. Like, I mean, if you message them, like, over and over, I know that'll seem like they're ghosting you, and they probably are. But, like, I know for me, like, I have a lot of long-distance friends, and, like, we'll go, like, long periods without messaging each other. But, like, we don't get offended by it because it's, like, we have our own lives, we're busy, but eventually we'll catch up. So, I mean, if you think they're, like, ghosting you, maybe try to look up context clues better.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, you know, we all got those friends. We all got those friends where, you know, you don't talk to them for periods of time, and y'all know y'all are still homies and stuff. Now, for the people who don't feel that way, I mean, chances are y'all aren't good friends. And if you are good friends and you still feel like they're ghosting you, then, I mean, something must have happened as to where you think that. I mean, some kind of situation or argument or something. I don't know.
True.
I think you know when someone's actively ignoring you.
Yeah.
If you guys don't talk a lot, it's if you reach out for a little bit and then you reach out again, reach out a few times and there's no answer, or they, like, you could see they read it, or you see them on other social media.
True.
Then that's a big thing. But
Yep. Yo, I got ghosted and I was salty.
Really?
I was salty.
What's the story?
Yeah, it happened this semester. Yeah, it was just this person I was trying to talk to. Not even, like, romantically. I was just like, yo, I met this person. I was like, hey, they're really cool. Like, I'm trying to hang out with you. And then I hit him up. I was like, hey, you want to hang out? Nothing. I mean, I know she saw the message. She's tripping. Like, I know she saw the message. Like, she might pretend like she didn't. Nah, I know she saw it. But she was just flagging. And maybe she thought it was because, like, I was trying to be romantic, but I really wasn't. I was just like, yo, you're cool. I'm trying to hang out with you. I mean, I thought that's what people do when they like other people, right?
well, yeah. Sadly, I think it's not you at all, but it's just like if a guy's like, yo, you want to hang out after I just met you?
Yeah, there's a weird connotation.
And it's not you, but I just think that's how people think because of what they've been through, what they've seen happen.
Yeah.
But again, though, like, if you don't know why, like, maybe do try to clarify, like, your intentions and be like, hey, I was just talking to you for this reason. I'm sorry if I upset you. And if they still ghost you, then like just give up. But I mean, I think it could be beneficial to do that.
Well, thank you. I will take your advice, and
My sound advice.
I'll take sound advice and go hit her up and say, "Hey, sucker,
I don't
stop
know
ghosting me.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, don't confront them. Be gentle. Unless they're being really rude.
Stop
and you know they're
ghosting
you.
me.
I don't know if you should you call it out if you think somebody's ghosting you. I think
Like,
that just
why
makes you
you
look more
ghosting
desperate.
me?
Yeah, I would feel hurt, but I would probably not call it out.
Yeah.
I could see totally where that's a good thing to do and like for your own self-respect or something, but again, I think especially if they don't answer it, you're going to feel worse probably.
You just gotta be slick with it. You gotta be like, "Hey, what's up, Casper?"
Oh. Goodbye.
That was good. That was good.
Sure. That's a little salty though. But
No,
that's,
that's hilarious.
definitely salty.
Cuz I would
True.
I
But
don't
you have a reason to be salty.
Yeah. So don't ghost people if you can't help it.
True.
Actually, you really try not to. Unless again, it's someone you've never met or something, then whatever.
Amen and amen.
But all right, guys.
Wait, before we wrap up, I looked up those toys. Not toys, I guess. The things where you hold your partner's hand and everything long distance.
Oh,
And-
the pillow thing?
Yeah.
Uh,
And this isn't necessarily the pillow. It's like a little tube thing that you hold, I guess.
what?
It's called Love Pals. And there's a pair you can get for $94.95.
What?
Or $10,000 for the limited edition 24K gold version.
Okay, that's just a joke.
$10,000.
It's legitimate.
I mean, yeah, but
24
like that's just
karat
for
gold.
like, publicity, I feel.
True, but I'm assuming people...
But what do you mean a tube? What is it? It's just a tube?
It looks like a cylinder. And I guess you just put your hand on top and it lights up.
Like it's a baton or something? Like
I guess. But also there's a bunch of apps that you can download, and I guess they'll hook up the same way, so you don't actually have
yeah,
to buy
those
a
are called
device.
those are called GPS tracking apps. Those are not what you think they
That's
are.
find your friend's location on your phone. That's
Yeah.
that's already installed for you.
There's also a shirt you can wear where you hug yourself and it feels like the other person is hugging you.
That is weird.
I'm curious how that works.
Me too.
Does it have like extra arms or something?
It looks normal to me.
That's
it's
that's
just a marketing
false
scheme.
advertisement. That is straight up
Just
false
hug yourself in
advertisement.
this shirt only.
True.
Yeah, hug yourself and yeah, you don't feel like somebody's hugging you.
It says it
Yeah,
replicates
$60.
pressure, warmth, and a heartbeat, which is a little
What?
intense.
That's so weird. That's like Her, the movie Her.
That's
True.
honestly pretty scary. Like I'm not trying to deal with that.
You're right. But
Like think about how it would feel if you hug yourself. No, if somebody's hugging you while you're wearing that shirt. You feel like a
all
double
of a sudden
heartbeat.
you're like constricted. That's terrible. It's like a straitjacket.
That would be weird.
Like, what if the other person like really was harsh to themselves and like, or they put it on like a dummy and then they like punched it?
What?
How would this work? I don't know. Too many physics.
On that thought, think we're done.
Yeah,
here.
and on that thought, yeah, it's been fun.
It's time to wrap up. But all right, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, happy Valentine's
Day. We
Maybe
All you
happy-
lovers out there.
hope you have a great but cheap day.
True. Take our advice, guys.
All right, thanks for listening. Tune in next time.
Peace.